What's up guys, I'm going to take you for a ride on CNET'S most affordable best e-bike that they picked. You can check it out on their website. I'll show it to you right here. This is the Engwe L20 2.0. I had the original one. It was not a folding version, and they've done some upgrades on this one, like a little better screen. They have a foldable now, and they have the rear rack, maximum 25 kilograms, and they added a larger battery. You pull up the seat in the back, flip up the handle, and it pulls out. Charges in about 6 hours time. And it's also a step through with foldable pedals, kind of get those out of the way. And you can put it in pretty much any small car or vehicle to be able to transport it. But without further ado, let's go ahead and take a ride with it and let me show you what the features are and why CNET thinks it's so good for this year. All right guys, let's see what the hype's all about. Let's go ahead and give it a neighborhood ride, and we'll also take it on the trail just for fun. We are in Oregon, so this will be a lot of fun. Right now I'm in speed mode number 2. I can change speeds here. I've got a bell if I want. There's people on the sidewalk, which most of the e-bikes come with. But we also have that upgraded battery on here, 750 watt to 1000 watt. I believe it's up to 1100 watt max. So right away, speed mode number 2 gets me up to 20 miles per hour. Speed mode number 3, 4, and 5. So that'll get us up to about 25. If you unlock the bike, it'll get you all the way up to like 30. I got my Shimano gears over here on this side, all the way up to 7 if we run out of battery. But with an 80-mile battery, we're not likely to run out of battery right here in the neighborhood. And honestly, I only charge my bikes about, I would say, once every 2 weeks, sometimes 3 weeks, depending on which bike I'm riding. But they're great to just take out around the neighborhood, go get a slice of pizza, and just cruise. So this bike does have front suspension. It has that front rack, which is kind of cool for groceries. You can strap your groceries down to that, or an extra carrying case. They make different cases you can get on Amazon for e-bikes, which is cool. And let's go ahead and go down the trail. I'm going to show you a little bit of technical riding through the rocks here. Now, I'm gonna try not to crash. Usually what I do is I put my speed mode down to 0 or 1 when I'm going through these trails, because the rocks down some mountain bike trails can be pretty technical. Sometimes you just got to get up on the pedals, going through places like this. Stand up on the pedals. Little bit of a hill here. Let's go up this hill coming up. We're going to climb this hill in speed mode number 5. So, you know, I'm around 160 pounds. So this bike should get the average guy 160 to 180 pounds up a hill easy. But it feels good on the trail. It's got kind of like knobby tires for light trail. I would say a light trail bike. It's not a mountain bike by any means, but you know, for neighborhood trails and stuff like that, it's pretty easy. I think the thing that I like the most about this bike though, honestly, is the lightweight. Most of the e-bikes that are coming out nowadays weigh like an average of 80 to 90 pounds, which is kind of a lot to move around. So I find that I ride my lighter bikes more. One of my favorite bikes that came out this year also, like a lot of people don't even know about that one, but it's the Apus A2 Elite, and it's the competitor to this bike. It's $100 cheaper, but it has a little less functions than Engwe's L20, and like, honestly, Engwe is one of the best brands out there as far as the Chinese bikes go. When you get up to something like electric, like an American brand e-bike, then you're gonna probably pay an extra $1,000. You're gonna get yourself up to $1,800 to $2,000. You know, I've seen some of them go for $2,000 to $3,000. So this market is kind of cheaper right now, I guess because it's summertime and everybody wants, you know, they're selling a lot of bikes. People want to go out and ride. There's not a bike shortage like there was in 2020. So now bike production's like back up to an all-time high. And the weather's beautiful today. These are the days that I enjoy and love the most. I do have fenders on here for Oregon, which is cool because it rains a lot. And all of this turns into a mud pit in the winter, but I still go ride all these e-bikes on my channel, even in like the wettest days. I guess this bike was probably about 80% built when I got it, so I didn't have a lot of things to put together. But it is a good looking bike. And they do come in pink, green, and black. But $799, they must have really like recently seen that Apus A2 Elite go up for sale at like $699. Because that was my favorite like lightweight cheap bike. And like I said, I like to ride the lightweight bikes. The lighter they are, the better. Some people like the motorcycle style bikes, but I generally tend to like these better. Just they're more accessible, step through design, and it's easy to get on and off. And my girlfriend can ride it if she wants. She doesn't like the big beastie bikes. You know, I mean, there's a market for that too, whatever. Some people like that. Some people like the lightweight bikes, and they get up on the pedals through these rocks. Now we're just kind of looping around through this like forest trail. Neighborhood trail. But this is pretty cool. I can feel the upgraded power on this one. You know, if you live somewhere like with a lot of hills too, you want to look for a bike with dual motors. They're coming out with a lot of bikes now with a motor front and back. But I like this tire size too. It looks more like a regular bicycle than like fat tire style bike. I mean, it's kind of like a mid-size fat tire. It's not quite a regular bicycle tire, but it's not quite as big as a giant 4-inch fat tire. I believe these are 3x20s. And you know, you can do some things on here, like you can press the buttons on the side of the main controller and you can change your trip. You can go from your trip to the odometer. Let's just see if I can access some of that stuff for you guys. And the screen moves. You can change the brightness and we can change to how many miles we've gone, the maximum mile per hour that we've gone, and there's back to bright screen. Bright or dim. So I'm going to set it to bright so you guys can see it. So we've gone a total of 7.4 miles and the fastest I've ridden is 21.3 miles an hour. But I do like this switch here for changing my speed modes, because when I'm on a trail and I'm making turns and things like that, this is really cool because I can access this positive and negative for the speed mode really quickly. And if I'm coming up to a stop sign, a lot of times I go down to 0 so that I don't like accidentally throw myself into traffic by using pedal assist, because pedal assist will throw you past the stop sign when you're not ready. So look out for that. So let's get back up into speed mode 5. And you can see the bike from the side now, from the back. And let's swing around to the front. Try to give you guys a 360 view of the bike. So, I mean, you know, for $799, I think it's cool because it's an Engwe. Because my best-selling bike that I've ever reviewed on my channel was the Engine Pro from Engwe that I reviewed like 2 years ago. That bike, everyone loves that one. It's also foldable, but it's much bigger and much heavier. So I think in the last couple of years, they tried to lighten up some of these bikes, kind of making them more accessible to more people, because, I mean, your grandmother isn't really going to want to pick up the Engine Pro. It's a beast, super thick. You can't put it on a bike rack unless you get like an electric style bike rack. And this one's thin enough that you could get You know, you could get some bungees around this one easier, or clamp it onto a bike rack. Just coming back through this trail here. And I was coming through this trail and I hit this rock right here, this big rock. There was some brush over top of that rock. My pedal hit it on another review. Man, I wiped out. I went straight down on my face. I try not to wear sunglasses down the trails. It was harder to see the rocks. And sometimes the weeds hide the rocks. But keep your pedals up through the trails and you'll have a little more clearance. Try not to ride with your pedals down on the trail on one side or the other. Keep them kind of level to the side. You can kind of see how my feet are right there. Now I'm taking a little bit of a hill here. 1, 2 hands for this hill. And we're gonna go ahead and go up to speed mode number 5. I have the world's worst phone holder here. Okay, it's taking a little bit of pedaling, but you know what? Wow, I'm gonna back off the mode back down to about 1, just to kind of scoop me over this technical rock section right here. Not bad. Yeah, I can feel the new motor on here. It's a lot juicier than that 250 watt motor the original L20 had. So now we're rocking 750 watt. I know some people have said it was 1,000 watt. Maybe it is. But I believe it's a 1,100 watt max or something like that. Peak load. That's at like full throttle. You can also unlock this one to do like, I believe it was like 40 kilometers an hour. So that's quick. You know, I think my favorite speed around the neighborhood is probably like 15 miles per hour, honestly. All right, let's go around the short loop down here. Everybody's out today. Beautiful day. All right, so through here, this is a good test for a lot of these bikes. Well, I can feel it's really kind of like chooching on me, because there's some thicker grass through here, but there's also kind of some wood chips around the other side. It gets pretty thick and deep, but this bike has no problem with this. It feels like a mini moped. That's what I really like about all these bikes. It's like, it reminds me of the 80s mopeds, but you have no loud engine sound and no gasoline, so it's just kind of awesome. Still that same feeling like you're riding this little tiny moped from like 1985, but quiet. I love that. Test out the brakes. Not bad. That was back brake. I don't want to test out the front brake for you guys. You don't want to see me crash. But front brake's nice. When you have a big hill, you can do both brakes at the same time. Bring yourself down to a stop. That was fun. I had no problem getting through there. But not bad, Engwe. I see why people like it. It's easy to ride. It's accessible. So mine seems to be locked to about 21 miles per hour in speed mode number 5. .4 miles per hour top speed for the L20 being locked, L20 2.0. So if you want more, there are guides to unlock this on YouTube. But it depends on where you live too, because there's a law just about to be passed out in Oregon and Portland that's gonna limit e-bikes to, I believe it was around 15 miles per hour, or 15 to 20 miles per hour, and then over that you're gonna have to have, I believe, a license plate on it of some type of registration if it goes like 30 miles per hour. So you have to look up that law to really, you know the true mile per hour for that, but that law is about to be passed. I was just told by somebody over in Washington County Police Department. But I'm happy with this, you know? I'm happy with this bike. This was fun. So, best overall e-bike from CNET. Most affordable e-bike, folding now, with the upgraded battery, 52 volt front rack, LED front light, suspension in the front, rear rack. I do like the foldable pedals for the garage, so when you're walking by it doesn't snag you on the leg. It's kind of nice also when you break it down and put it inside the back seat of your car. And I also like the detail that they did. Half of the grip is the twist throttle. I've had other grips that were full throttle all the way, or they were throttle all the way across. The problem with that is sometimes you accidentally grab it and the bike takes off across the ground. With this one, you can get your palm over here on this side, and you just say you don't have an accidental throttle up. See, the bike can move like this, and you know, we've had that happen inside the house when this whole thing was a twist throttle. So a lot of the companies aren't doing the full twist throttle anymore. They're just doing, you know, a half or a quarter, which is good. And it's not thumb throttle here. It looks like it's a thumb throttle, but it's just a place to put your thumb down here. But overall, it's a great bike. I enjoyed riding it today. It looks good, and I'm going to continue riding it. But you can check the link down below. It is worth it, in my opinion, to go ahead and spend the extra $100 on this one versus the Apis A2 Elite. $699 for that one, $799 for this one, but this one, in my opinion, is name brand. So you get what you pay for, and Engwe is good. People love it. It has great reviews. But I'm Justin Davis, guys. Take care, and I will see you on the next one. Bye-bye.